At St. Joseph's, our faith calls us to serve, connect, and make a difference. Our partnership with the Sunflower Schools in Uganda is a living example of that mission. This special connection allows our students to experience the power of global solidarity. They see that their actions can bring real change to others' lives. Our journey started in 1998 when Father Morris visited St. Joseph's Parish in Morrinsville. He formed a lasting bond with teacher Pauline McLeod. In 2014, Pauline and her husband Bill visited Uganda. She taught for 4 weeks, bringing reading materials and uniforms donated from St. Joseph's. In 2016, the Sunflower Schools project began, promoting literacy in 6 Ugandan primary schools. St. Joseph's continued supporting with readers and resource books for teachers, also helping Pauline prepare lessons that could be shared. Pauline would come in and share her work with the students, which inspired them to write their own stories for the Ugandan schools.
The Sunflower Schools all started when we put together a cluster of 6 schools. These schools are a combination of rural schools, both government and private, to boost the literacy within those schools, because there was just no books. There was nothing for the children to get excited about. The teachers had no reading material. So we started writing stories myself and putting those into the school. Then the children started writing stories. Then now the teachers actually write stories, and I publish them and get them back to them. And this has seen children just develop a love of literacy.
In 2021, Director of Religious Studies and teacher Jemma, also a past student of Pauline, wanted to bring living mission to life at St. Joseph's. She was inspired by the work of the Sunflower Project and thought it would be a wonderful way to grow connections and bring her vision to life. Pauline started by visiting St. Joseph's and sharing what Ugandan life is like with the staff and students. What began with photos and videos shared between schools and Zoom calls between teachers has grown, and we now have regular Zoom calls with students and staff in Uganda. We share stories, ask questions, and learn from each other. In 2024, we had the privilege of hosting Ugandan dignitaries and their families at St. Joseph's. This was a special time to share about our project and what we are doing. I think the biggest blessing out of this project has been the living mission that our students at St. Joseph's have been able to be involved in. From the donation of books and colouring and pencils to the creation of reading material and the board games like Snakes and Ladders that we made for them. They have been able to see those things taken to Uganda and given to the schools and the students, and the smiles on their faces when they see their things over there with those students making an impact, making a difference for them has been priceless. In 2024, half of our Mission Day funds went to Uganda to support the Sunflower Schools project. We brought 5 tablets, one for each school who needed a replacement, and a TV for another. This technology has opened up doors of online learning and makes sharing of resources easier.
As principal of St. Joseph's School Morrinsville, I'm incredibly proud of the connection we have with Uganda and the Sunflower Schools project, something that we don't see as a project, but something that is genuinely part of who we are. It's putting our faith into action in real everyday ways. The work we do in Uganda allows our students to see how they can make a genuine difference in the world. This partnership also ties beautifully with our school motto, guided by faith, connected in purpose. It connects us to something bigger than ourselves, reminding us that we are called to serve, to lead, and to act with love. We're proud to continue and grow this legacy with the next generation of learners who we envisage will carry it forward with purpose and with heart.
As well as the technology, inspired by Victory School and their veggie garden, the senior students at St. Joseph's wanted all of the schools and students to have this opportunity to grow their own food. So we brought tomato seeds and watering gear for all 6 schools. All of the students loved the process of planting their seeds and tending to their tomatoes. The students and families in Uganda are now harvesting their tomatoes. Students are enjoying eating them at school and sharing their harvest with families. Some students even took this simple idea home from school and began teaching their parents how to grow tomatoes. The flow-on effect from this one idea has had a huge impact on all of the community. One single mother of 4 started growing tomatoes after learning from her daughter. She sold a chicken to buy the seeds and has since harvested her own crops and has been able to earn enough income to pay school fees and provide for her family. Her next goal? To save enough money from her tomato crop to plant even more next season.
Being part of the Sunflower School project means a lot to me because it helped me to know more about schools that are less fortunate than us, and we get to learn how they work and learn and do things more differently to us. We donated seeds, money, books, devices and many other things, and this has had a huge impact on St. Joseph's because it has shown everyone why we are doing this. It was neat to see the students holding the things we created and sent over.
I feel very blessed to be part of the providing to the Sunflower Schools and seeing how little they have made me appreciate and what I have and how lucky I am to make them.
In early 2025, senior students created games and reading resources. They ran a fundraising effort at school to collect items to send with Pauline. As part of the tomato growing project, Jemma and Pauline created a fun story connecting the Sunflower Schools to St. Joseph's. Pauline took this with her when she visited Uganda in April. Our students have loved seeing their resources in use and appreciated. Our students experience faith in action through compassion, service, and a real-world impact. This year, we will once again hold a Mission Day, and the students of St. Joseph's will fundraise for the Sunflower Schools. We will continue our connection with the students and staff supporting their literacy journey. Looking ahead to 2026, Jemma and Principal Andrea Devan will join Pauline and Bill on their trip to Uganda. Together, they will meet with the Sunflower Schools to strengthen our connection even further.